I'll admit it. I'm sick of it. I'm annoyed. I cannot handle that any time a Magic the Gathering announcement happens, there's just unfiltered and unbridled complaints everywhere on the internet. Yep, today we are going to piss some people off, and frankly, I'm okay with it. Also, you're not gonna pay $200 for a play booster of Murders at Karlov Manor. You're just not. We have been several days without a Magic the Gathering release, which means it's time to start getting announcements. The announcement train, the spoiler season, the never-ending flow of Magic products is coming as 2024 is right around the corner. But it's a big pet peeve of mine, or has become a big pet peeve of mine, that anytime there is a brand new announcement for anything Magic the Gathering, we find something, latch onto it, and just scream into the ether about how evil Wizards of the Coast is. You guys know, I try to come to every Magic the Gathering discussion with a balanced approach, and I take this approach, in my opinion, for all TCGs. I'll say I'm not without my biases, but I try to see every side of an issue. But with the announcement of Murders at Karlov Manor, there are some massive complaints going around that I just cannot get behind. So today, we're going to talk about those complaints, and yes, we are going to talk about the price of the play booster currently on Amazon, and talk about which of these complaints I think is founded and valid, and which are just us wanting to be mad about Magic the Gathering. But let's start with the big one, what we all constantly care about, and that is the price of the box. Recently, if you headed over to Amazon.com, you could see that Murders at Karlov Manor was available for pre-sale, which I'll admit, I hate this. This is bad. Like, I have always said, if I can pre-buy something on Amazon that I can't pre-buy at my local game store, what are we doing? Why is this a thing? We saw this with Ravnica Remastered. For a blip, I know it was probably a mistake, but for a second we could pre-order the draft booster boxes for, I think, almost close to what stores paid for them, which does make me feel like it was a mistake and was momentary. But either way, I shouldn't be able to go on Amazon and pre-order what I can't at my local game store. That is a big problem. But what everyone seems to be latching onto is the price of the play booster. Now, this will be the first instance of the play booster, and the only downside, in my opinion, that I can see of the play booster, if everything goes to plan. Remember, the plan being it's a box where you can crack packs and have a wonderful limited play experience. With give Wizards of the Coast credit, the limited play experience in Magic the Gathering has been fantastic. It's been outstanding. And if that keeps its track record, and it is something that we can crack packs around, listen, we're all gathered around less products in, we're gathering around one product. If the collector booster becomes rare, which I did a tinfoil hat video about that I'll try to link here, then I really think this is a good move. But the big complaint was the price of the product. It's going to be more expensive because we knew it was going to have more packs, and on a pack-by-pack basis be the same cost as a set booster box. So you're going to get a more expensive box. But this price dropped at $200 plus. I think it was $203 on Amazon, and it's got everybody freaking out. Shouldn't. Nobody should freak out, in my opinion. None of this is financial advice. Do not go spend your life savings on anything that I say in this channel. We like to have fun, but do subscribe because we're racing to 7,250 subs. I believe we're here already. You should never spend $200 on a Murders at Karlov Manor play box. What we are looking at here is a situation where good Magic products are going to be more expensive. Like back in the day, booster boxes that did better, booster boxes we as a community liked, were more expensive. Booster boxes that did not do well, that we did not enjoy, that weren't great sets, went down in price. And as far as the $200 price point, that's just so far above and beyond what stores are paying for this booster box that there's no chance we ever pay that price. Don't pre-order at that price. That will not be the price. There is so much meat on the bone, and Magic the Gathering has been working on such a slim economy, and that's not to say that that doesn't need to improve. It does, but this is, I believe, a giant swing in the other direction. And if this is Wizards of the Coast pre-selling this box to try to set the standard or set some expectations for this box for their stores and letting their stores undercut them, I mean, that's pretty good, right? Setting this crazy ceiling where we have all these expectations. Now when your store sells it to you for $175, which my opinion is probably still very high. It's all speculation at this point, but there's no reason they would do that, right? And that's why this is speculation. This is for fun speculation. Nobody tell me I'm a wizard chill in the comments, because I don't think this is the case. They have no incentive to do that, but imagine if they did. It's kind of white knighty of them. kind of like hero coming to the rescue, if you will. But either way, this price is crazy. And for us to jump on this without like doing any thinking of like, what are we going to actually pay for this box? What's going to happen? Like most Magic products, a box comes out and we see the price settle down to what we're willing to pay. That's not going to go away. The price is going to settle down to where we as a community are willing to pay for the box. So this is just unfounded, crazy anger when anytime Wizards of the Coast puts a price out. The real anger should be, why is this available for pre-sale right now when I can't get it at my local game store? Why are we destroying the ecosystem that took 30 years to build? What are we doing? But that's not the only complaint going around in our community right now. And the second complaint is all about the reprints. Everything's reprinted. Oh my god, they're reprinting Shocklands in back-to-back sets. What are they doing? They did this with Doubling Season. They're reprinting everything into the ground. Except there are a bunch of cards that just came out in recent sets that hold 40, 50, 60, and even a couple $100 price points that either are reprints or are extremely valuable cards. And there are cards seeing play that are 20, 30, and if in the case of Shieldred, even $60 that are standard cards that are seeing play in Standard and freaking Pioneer. But putting all of the facts aside, putting all of the obvious evidence of things holding value aside, there's a couple problems I have with the reprint concern. Yes, reprinting cards generally lowers the overall value of that card. That happens. It 100% happens. But if you're building a massive portfolio, this giant collection, all based around this financial value, and you're not using the reserved list, the list that Wizards of the Coast and the community has said, hey, if you want things to hold value, if that's what you care about, we have something for you. Check it out. Like, I don't understand. And I also don't understand Shocklands, $7 to $10 Shocklands seeing a reprint and going down to $5. Why is this something worth complaining about? Listen, embrace what we do as a community now. If you don't like the set, don't buy the set. It's a bad set. I'm doing that myself, and I make 10 YouTube videos a week on this channel about Magic the Gathering, and I am fully embracing, hey, we've got 1 million sets a year. That means if I don't like this one, I'm going to work on feeling okay at skipping it. Now, that doesn't mean Wizards of the Coast should make sets that we want to skip, but they're servicing a massive community. We're so wide. There's millions and millions of us that all enjoy the game in different ways. Because of that, it's very rare that they're going to have like a one-size-fits-all. And because you have 11 sets coming out a year, you can probably pick 4 that you really enjoy and love spending time with. But it just doesn't behoove us anymore to complain about Wizards reprinting things. If you've stuck around for this long, I'm going to tell you one of the theories that I have. And this video is going to get, I'm going to get roasted in the comment section. But like, listen, I've been here long enough. Every once in a while, I can't stand the constant complaints about the same thing. It's something I have tried to make a personal mantra of mine that I'm carrying over to TCGs. And wow, we're getting deep here. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's when somebody acts or does something that they either tell me they're going to do, have told me they're going to do, or have always done and have made me feel that way. So the last 3 years, I have a friend and he always does it. Every time I see him, he slaps me in the face. Every single time I see him, every single time. Or, hey man, how you doing? Slap. Hey, how's you doing? How your kids? Slap. Every single time I see him, he slaps me in the face. And then 3 years later, it's been 3 years. I've seen him hundreds of times over 3 years. And in the third year, he slaps me in the face. And I just keep complaining about it. You know what? Sooner or later, this becomes on me. Wizards of the Coast has told us, both with words and actions, that they are going to continue to reprint things into the ground. They're going to reprint cards. They're going to offer us special guest slots and list slots of reprints. That's going to be a major way that they build products. And we have to get past that. It has been years now of them telling us they're going to do this, and we just keep yelling into the void about it. But to their credit, look at the number of cards played in several formats. Commander, I know I said Commander, Modern, Pioneer, Standard, all of these cards, many of these cards are newly designed cards. They're brand new. They're never cards, they're not reprints, they're not cards we've played before. They're new cards. Card design is currently incredible, and we are just stuck in this lane where we cannot stop complaining about reprints. Yes, the reprint problem needs to be solved. I said for 2024, I think they need to solve the reprint problem and the variant problem. But they've done it for 3 years now. They're gonna keep doing it. We need to, anyway, this has got ranty, but you understand what I'm saying. I just think going into 2024, it should be a mantra of ours to analyze a little bit deeper. Let's not just sit there and yell into the void and complain. Let's think about stuff. Let's be smarter consumers. And speaking of that, make sure to tune into Friday Morning Magic every single Friday morning, where we look at sales data of Magic the Gathering and other TCG sets, and we evaluate kind of how our community feels about things and how we can better spend our hard-earned dollar on some of our favorite hobbies. That's 8 a.m. Central Time. If you haven't ever shared a hometown TCG video, like, listen, this ranty, angry video might be a really fun opportunity to get out there and make a little fun of me or have some fun. But I truly believe I am so sick of just the instant complaining as soon as anything happens. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you like a channel that kind of comes at you straight when it's negative, I say negative. When it's positive, I tell you I think it's positive. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Other than that, I think we're just hanging out and burning time. So we will talk to you next time or around or sometime at a live stream. We'll see you later. I'm going to stay by the microphone as long as I can.